The Livegood Review 2024. As you know, I've been promoting Livegood for 11 months now, and what I'm going to do is give you an update in relation to Livegood, what's been happening over those last 11 months. So if you don't know me, my name's John McLauchlan, and if this is the first time you've seen the channel, then please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate that. And if you get any value from this or any of the videos on this channel, give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate that as well. Okay, so if you've been following any of my videos, or if you know who I am, I started Livegood back in February of 2023, which is 11 months ago. Okay, we're currently now into January, and I'll be honest, when I first saw Livegood, I really wasn't that bothered. I didn't want anything to do with multi-level marketing. I am an online business owner, digital marketer, and I've done that for the last 15 years. I'm also a Forex trader. So when I saw Livegood, or when I was given the opportunity to join Livegood, it was like, nah, I'm not really interested in network marketing. Did that back in the day. Okay, but there was something that I just decided to check it out. Okay, just as a bit of a common sense thing to do, because it came from somebody who I already knew and trusted. And what really swayed me, first of all, was the products. The first thing was the products. I generally, with most network marketing companies, you go, okay, it's going to be expensive. Okay, it's going to be overpriced. Let's have a look. And quite honestly, the prices they shocked me because they were just above wholesale. The other thing that kind of got me interested was the business model. They had what they call a power line matrix, which at the time no one knew what it was, and now pretty much everyone knows what the power line matrix is, because it seems like every subsequent business that's come on board now, they all have some kind of power line matrix, and they're all operating the same numbers, the same business model. So it kind of got me interested. So I started doing Livegood, and never looked back. And really for me, it was a case of, let's look at the business and let's look at every aspect of the Livegood business. And is it worth getting started as a Livegood affiliate? And at that time it was, okay, because everything checked. And this is what you need to do when you first start looking at a business, doing your actual due diligence, is look at the whole structure of the business. Who's running the business? What's their concept? What's their ethos? Does the website work? Okay, is it actually working in the way that you want it to? What are the products? What's the business model? And can it work for me? Okay. And when I first started, there were 23,000 paying members globally. 11 months after, there's over a million paying members, which says, well, it should say everything. I know sometimes companies can fudge the numbers and they try and mislead you. Okay, and one of the things that Livegood wanted to do is, Ben Galinsky, the owner of Livegood, he wanted the owner or whatever, he wanted to get 1 million members within the first 12 months. Okay, which was a big push, but historically that would go down as being pretty epic, okay, for most business owners, and he didn't achieve it. Okay, he didn't achieve it. It happened about a week ago, which again gives a little bit more credence to how genuine the company are. Okay, and one of the things I love about Livegood is that if you're brand new to the online business world, or if you're in a network marketing company and you're being forced to buy products on auto ship, if maybe you've got your first paychecks and you're looking at the paycheck going, that's crap, okay, as most people do, okay, because I know a lot of people don't really understand the compensation plan. Other than any network marketing compensation plan, they're always complicated, sometimes just by virtue of the actual business model or the business itself. Okay, but what I find with Livegood is that it's incredibly simple and straightforward to follow, and they provide you with all the assets and all the landing pages that you need to promote it. And what I found over the months that I've been doing it, is the people who are successful with Livegood, literally they just tell their story. Okay, they just tell their story. Hey, this is what I've been doing today. Have a look at this. Go onto my website, and they just give people the link that is available to you in the back office, and that's what they do, and they're consistent with it, and it works. Okay, because the business works. Okay, right. So let me just show you one of the two of the things. So what you can see in front of you okay, are some of the products that have just been released. And I'm not saying this because I'm an affiliate, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get you to buy anything, but because I'm genuinely impressed by the products. And I've been into health and fitness for many, many years. I've done karate for the last 40 odd years, bodybuilding, understand, nutrition. And one of the things that was really impressed with me was these are the ones that have recently been released. Let me just take you back to the super greens, okay? So the organic super greens. These super greens, you may not know what it is, but it contains something called ashwagandha. And I did a lot of research going back about 5 years about how to keep fit when you get older, okay? And there were two main ingredients that kind of stood out for me. One was ashwagandha, and the other one was called HMB. And you mix it up with proteins and you mix it up with creatine, and it has a real beneficial effect. Let me tell you, if you're suffering right now with things like brain fog, or people are asking you questions and you're having to get them to repeat things because you just can't quite process it quick enough, ashwagandha and HMB, the combination, makes a huge, massive difference to cognitive function, brain function, and because it lowers cortisol levels. So that was one major benefit I got from that, as well as the physical thing. So imagine I start Livegood, and then I look at the ingredients in super greens and I realize it's got ashwagandha in it. And also, in addition, if you look at this, okay, they've now got creatine with HMB. And I was completely blown away. And it just gave me so much confidence that Livegood, the products are here to stay. The team know exactly what they're doing when it comes to nutrition, and also in terms of developing a business. So you've got the backup of people who know what they're doing. You've got the backup of the products, and also you've got a business model that's attracted 1 million paying members within 13 months. Is there anything more I need to say? Okay, let's move on. So one of the things I will say about Livegood is that it's $9.95 per month to maintain your membership. If you want to start as an affiliate, it's $40 one-time processing fee, and it will cost you $9.95. That's it. I mean, what I do, I pay annually, so I pay $99.95 per year, and that's me set up for the whole year. Now, if you put that into context, or into some form of context, where else can you build a business for that amount of money? And yes, I know you've got to factor in things like marketing and your ongoing overheads, which is just purely marketing. I mean, other than that, it's $9.95. There's no forced auto ship that there is with most network marketing companies. They force you into an auto ship, so you have to buy product. The difference with Livegood is because it's a membership-based business model. You pay your $9.95 and you purchase the products if you want to. And what I found is that I looked in my cupboards. I had things like wheatgrass, and obviously I had HMB and ashwagandha, but I've replaced those with these products, and they're far better. One of the things I will say just before I move on from products is, if we go to, again, going back to the super greens, okay, let's just have a quick click on this because I want to show you this. So this is the comparisons of the competitor prices and what they're selling these for, okay? And one of the things that was really apparent and kind of stuck out to me, I'd never seen it before, probably because I'd never been, in this sort of industry for a while, but I noticed AG1, okay, started a major marketing campaign in the UK. Now, I don't know if you're in the US or Canada or wherever else you are in the world, maybe you noticed that. Okay, but AG1 started this major campaign on social media, on television, on radio, the whole thing, okay? And it made me wonder, is it because Livegood are starting to take away from their market share? And if you look at Livegood, I mean, I've told you about how good the super greens are. $18 is what it'll cost you, okay, as a member. When you look at AG1, okay, it says $99. I actually went onto their website to find out how much it was to buy, okay? And it's £99 or £97. It was £97, which is making me cough right now thinking about it. So and the packet is it's like your typical bag of wheatgrass that you get in the supermarket. It's like that by that, okay, and it's the same size. Now, I know within marketing and within business, you appeal to a certain demographic of people, and this will appeal to a certain demographic because they'll say, "Well, I'm paying a lot of money for it, so therefore there's a higher perceived value." Okay, and there you go. So I mean, there's hundreds of different comparisons on the Livegood website in relation to their products, and where else have network marketers or affiliate marketers being able to buy product at just above wholesale? Okay, it hasn't happened for, like, I don't know, how long has network marketing been in existence? Let's say 140 years. Okay, and typically you buy the products at double retail because they've got to pay the commissions in their compensation plan, and the people that don't benefit, or the people that benefit least from that, are the distributors. Okay, the people who are actually out there trying to make money. Okay, trying to make money. Okay, and then we get into a network marketing product or a company, and we profess the benefits of it. We say how great it is. We say we're making all this money. Get in because you can benefit from it. And essentially, all you are is an energy source of income, of cash flow for the company. And very few people actually make money because the odds are stacked against distributors. Okay, and the massive shift with Livegood is the fact that they did everything completely different. Completely. Okay, and that's why, as I said before, you're now getting lots of companies, MLM companies, all adopting a very similar or even the identical business model with the same price points. Okay, so that's really interesting. So, if you're taking anything away from this, have a look on your telly and just see if you can see anything with AG1. I know particularly it's the start of the year, so they're going to try and cash in on all those people making New Year's resolutions. But well, look, $18 compared to $100 or £100. Okay, I can buy this at $18. Okay, because it ships over from the US. Okay, but if I want to buy this in my hometown, okay, or in my home country in the UK, okay, it's going to cost me £100. Okay, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay, so here's something else that I want to touch on. I mentioned about the perceived value. Okay, Livegood, it's low cost to start. It takes $9.95 to maintain. Okay, and that in itself, I think, for a lot of Western people, creates a problem. Okay, because there is a low perceived value because it's low cost. Now, I think personally, if Livegood was $47 a month to maintain, obviously it would completely change their business model and their ethos of the way they do business, because they want to help everybody. Okay, but for a lot of Western people in the UK, in the US, and so on, they would see more of a perceived value in Livegood, and I think that could be. It's not a problem, okay, but what's making it obvious is that a lot of people, they'll get into Livegood, they'll think, I'm going to build the business, it's going to be great, okay, and then they go, well, if I don't really build the business because it's difficult, or it's I'm finding problems or whatever, then I'm only paying out $9.95, so it doesn't really matter if I actually do it or not. Okay, and I know from doing high ticket affiliate marketing a few years ago, if somebody pays 30 grand, okay, for a course or for a business, are they going to go, well, it doesn't really matter if I don't actually do anything with it? Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, so people get in and they get busy and they build the business because there's no going back. Okay, so again, this is something else. I want to show you this. So let's see if I can drag this. There we go. So there, okay, that's a print. That's an image of all the 10 top places in the world that are growing rapidly. Okay, number one, Korea. Right, number two, obviously the USA. And when you compare the USA with the UK, a lot more entrepreneurial. And I make no bones about that. People in the UK, the kind of, here's a great example, right? There's a guy who I spoke to years ago. He owns I can't remember what it's called now, but he owned an email autoresponder service, and he came over and he came to the UK, and he's doing these talks trying to promote this service, and he went to a museum in London. I think it was the National Museum in London, and obviously like all good museums, you go in at the front and then you have to go through the gift shop to get out. Okay. So he spoke to this woman at the end and she went, do you want to buy a catalogue? Okay. And he was like, what the hell was that? Do you want to buy a catalogue? And he said, if you walk through, New York City, okay, you've got people there with the shirts out going, oh, this looks really nice on you. Hey, just on the hustle all the time. So there's a complete difference between the UK, because we're quite reserved, okay, because stiff upper lip, that's the sort of thing, and the USA. So that's why you don't see the US or the UK on this list. Okay, so number 1, Korea. All right, number 2, USA. The Philippines. Okay, I've worked with a huge amount of Philippines. They're really bright, sharp, and they are very work orientated. And what you'll find with a lot of places in the world, if you look at the next one, India. Okay, now India was right at the very top of Livegood, because number 1, they've got a massive work ethic. Okay, you want to go to a shop at night time, it's owned by Indians because they'll work late. Okay, that shop's owned by UK people. They'll close at 5:30. All right, that's just the way it is. Okay, so India, and also when people who have got a different economic structure, okay, $9.95 can seem like quite a lot of money. Okay, I've got a VA who works for me, and she says, I'd love to get in Livegood, but it's a bit of a push right now for me and my family. That's what she said anyway. So when they see an opportunity where they can get involved and they can build a business, they see that as their opportunity to get away from where they are. Okay, it's like, we can do this. And India has gone absolutely ballistic when it comes to building Livegood. And then you've got Vietnam. Okay, very similar with Vietnam. We, as Westerners, we always look at Vietnam and think, okay, they're kind of a backwater. Okay, not to make any offense, but when I was doing coaching, the people from Vietnam were fantastic. And if you go into the back office now of Livegood and you look at all the flags of the people who are doing well on the leaderboards, you'll see probably in the last 3 or 4 months, it's just been taken over by people from Vietnam because they're intelligent, because they've got a really good work ethic, and they see this as an opportunity to take it seriously. Okay, they take it seriously. Okay, then we've got obviously China. Okay, again, taking over the world of China with everything they do, and it's essentially because of the way they get educated from school. Very simple. And then we've got Canada, Japan, Norway, Indonesia. Okay, so if you're thinking about getting involved in Livegood and you want to promote Livegood and you want to build it real quick, okay, consider this. Okay, doing a review. Okay, I'm doing a Livegood review 2024 for Koreans. Okay, and you optimize your videos and you optimize your marketing mix in that way. Okay, so that's something else. Now I'm not saying that people in the UK are lazy. I'm just saying I'm from the UK. I know what goes down, and I know that the majority of people are just distracted, and a lot of people are having to work more to try and make ends meet. And unfortunately, with the UK, more people would rather come home and do Netflix for 5 hours than actually take the future seriously, and that's the way it is. Okay, so so there we go. I'm not going to talk politics anymore. So when it comes to Livegood, let me tell you again. I'm doing this Livegood review 2024 essentially to give you some insights of what's happened over the last 11 months. I've been doing this for 11 months. And I've seen a lot of changes. And my big takeaway is Livegood is here to stay. It's going to be here in another 5 years. Okay, can't guarantee that. Okay, somebody might, some big conglomerate might try and take it over. AG1 might come with a hostile takeover. Who knows? Okay, but what I do know is that right now, okay, is a massive opportunity for you. So if you're out there doing some research, finding out if Livegood is for you, if you want to become a Livegood affiliate, let me tell you, everything works. And that was one huge thing I noticed when I first started. And with a lot of these startup companies, you always have teething problems. And the only main teething problem I found with Livegood was the fact that distribution was slow for the UK and it was slightly more expensive. That's been sorted. Okay, it's been sorted as much as political jurisdiction will allow, okay, because obviously you've got some places like Spain where you've got a government that's, well, let's just say it's completely corrupt. Okay, so to get anything shipped over from the UK, they'll charge you, and then they won't send it. Okay, so there's a big issue with that. Okay, but I'm sure that will get straightened out. Don't know how, but I don't need to worry about that because it's in the hands of Livegood. Okay, all I do is promote it. And the website, everything worked right from the start. Okay, they upgraded their servers after about 2 or 3 months because it was getting too clogged down. Never had a problem since. Never had a problem with payouts. Okay, you request a payout how you want it, whether it's going to be you can get paid out in Bitcoin or in BitPay or direct to your bank or whatever. Okay, I just get it direct to my bank every month and it comes in. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so there we go. That is my Livegood review for 2024. If you've got any questions, by all means, drop me a comment below. But the facts talk for themselves. They've got products that people want, that work, and that are top quality. They've got a business model that works by virtue of the fact that they've now crossed over 1 million people. Some MLM companies never achieve 1 million people in 20 or 30 years of trading. Okay, so again, any questions you've got, drop me a comment below. My text is on there, so if you want to tell me a text, don't call it because I don't answer calls because I have my phone turned off most of the time, or it's on silent. So yeah, any questions you've got, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. If you're kind of wanting to get involved in Livegood, okay, you can do that by going to the description below, and you can click the link, and that's going to go through to one of my pages where I talk a bit more about it, and you can then go and get yourself a free tour. And essentially what the free tour does, and again, let me just finish off. The free tour is all part of the business model, and every Thursday we have a cut-off. Okay, and the cut-off means that you potentially you can get what we call spillover. Now, I don't advocate spillover because it's not an exact science. Okay, so I say, okay, if you want to get involved in Livegood and you want to build a Livegood business, then just go out and build it. Don't rely on anybody else to build it for you. That's just nonsense. Okay. When it comes to business, you take responsibility for yourself and you build it. But essentially, you can take a free tour. You can get access to the back office. You can have a look at the products. You can have a look around, see if it's for you. And if it's for you, then you can get involved and get started. Okay. And what I do, I provide as much training as I can, or all the training that you actually need to just pull the plug and just be successful with this. I know how difficult it can be to build an online business, and the reason I think a lot of the reason why online businesses or businesses like this take the time to build is because people overcomplicate it. Okay, and if you look at someone like Tim Miller, okay, Tim Miller is one of the top producers. He just promotes the tour page. Okay, and let me just show you quickly the tour page. So if I go to my websites, okay, there's my websites, gives you all the assets that you need to actually promote it. This is all Tim does. Okay, Tim's done extremely well. It's called the Powerline landing page. Okay, and you may well have seen it. If you go onto my page, you click through, you're going to see this page. Okay, you're going to put your name in there, your last name, your email. You're going to reserve your position on the matrix, and you're going to see all the people that are coming in after you. Okay, which gives you an indication of how quickly the business is building. And currently, with at the last count, we're doing about 7,000 people coming in, sometimes even a day. Okay, into look at the Livegood business and join as members. So it's going absolutely crazy, and it will continue to do that for a long time. And it's just to put it into perspective, similar business models, Costco. Let's go to talk about Costco. I don't know whether they've got 100 million members. Okay, and all it does, it allows people to save like 10% on a packet of sausages or whatever. I know a lot of people as well I speak to go, I've got a Costco membership, and I talk about Livegood and they go, wow, that's a really interesting concept. Okay, so imagine right now, we've got 1 million members, and then I'm not saying it's going to go to 100 million, but I know certainly it's going to go to 5. Okay, with the way it's going, with the potential and the speaking to people on the board. Okay, it's going to go to that level. And right now, you might think that this thing is just saturated, and by no means is that even mathematically possible. Okay, because no company can ever saturate. Okay, I know it's an issue that all people always bring up as a reservation, but yeah, you'll never get a company saturated. Okay, so right now, even though we've got 1 million members, it's still early, and there's still potential for you to get in and do extremely well with Livegood. All right. So again, as I said before, I was going to close. If you've got any questions, pop the questions down below in the comments. You can message me or contact me in the usual way. Look at the description, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.